Greetings from Alabama. Today I would like to take a moment to present you with an informative speech that can be beneficial to you if you decide to become a nurse with a purpose. Nurse with a purpose. I work in a local hospital, and this quote is on a huge billboard in our main lobby before we go to our lunchroom, and I decided to write it down. I believe it's a very beneficial part of what this speech pertains to, and how if you become a nurse, how you can be a nurse with a purpose, to help others when they're sick or ill, be able to pray with them, be able to go above and beyond what just a nurse is. The quote states, I hope you can read it: God makes us of the humblest of instruments for the extraordinary operation of His grace. Did you know that Google describes the word ordinary as commonplace or standard, just normal? Now, how would you feel if you were being treated by a nurse who was just an ordinary nurse who all they did was come check on you, give you fluids, give you shots, but didn't talk to you, wasn't compassionate towards you in any way possible? That's why I decided to Google the word extra. The word extra means to be a greater extent than usual, or in addition to, also, such as an addition to what is unusual or strictly necessary. That's why if you become a nurse with a purpose, you should be extraordinary. This allows you to take the steps and allow God to show through you using a platform such as nursing to witness to those who are sick and dying. We might be the last person that individual speaks with. We also have to deal with the sad faces of loved ones who have seen their loved one struggle and they're losing their life and they need that comfort. And I should believe, as if you're become a nurse with a purpose, you're taking that extra step to allow yourself to pray with them when they need prayer the most. Did you know that nursing is the nation's largest healthcare profession, with more than 3.1 million registered nurses nationwide? And did you know that there is a Bible verse that pertains to kind of what nursing what nursing would provide to those that are sick, the ones that are taken care of, and how you can make or break the way a person is taken care of. In Proverbs 17 and 22, it states that a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up bones. Did you know that nursing is the top profession for those who are sick, weak, and depend on you to treat them in the lowest, most vulnerable points in their lives? Having a demeanor that is joyful and cheerful with a helping heart is one of the best medicines a nurse can give. I can assure you that not one of those sick and dying deserves to have a crushed spirit. Having someone treat them but not help them emotionally or spiritually is a shame. According to the American Health Association facts in 2015, the annual survey, they were 897,000 961 staffed hospital beds available in all the U.S. registered hospitals. Can you imagine using that as a platform to pray for individuals, to care for them, to pray for them in their lowest moments, to get them to come to God if they're not a Christian, to pray for their families when they need it the most, to show your love of God through you so that you can help them, and in return have a grand platform for God. Did you also know that in the United States there are 3.1 million registered nurses nationwide, actually, that have the opportunity to be a nurse with a purpose, to pray for those, to care for those, to reach out, take care, show that love, that compassion Christ has through them. It's amazing at the statistics that you see. I had no idea there was 3.1 million nurses nationwide. It's amazing what they could put out there and put themselves out there for God. You know, it's one of those things where when we are asked to do a speech such as this, and I'm not a nurse yet. It's one of the things I've been thinking about being, but I've met many nurses in my career in a hospital where I'm a inventory specialist, and I have heard them speak with family members who have a loved one in ICU who's not making it, and they try to explain to them that God has a reason for everything, and they ask patients, can I pray with you? And ask family members, can I pray with you? Being in that environment, to me, shows that we should be, if you just choose that career as a nurse and choose it to be a nurse with a purpose, which is, I think, is a great tagline, nurse with a purpose. Every nurse has the opportunity to show God through themselves, and I believe that's one of the number one things as a nurse you can do, is to show passion through Christ and help those who are sick, dying, and family members come to know God. And that, in other terms, you will save the life of those, and God, they will spend their eternity with Christ in heaven. Thank you.